Hi, good morning, Bob.
It's rare that you get a front row seat to your rumbly tumblies.
Yes,
that was fun.
That was like being at the Thanksgiving table with me, wasn't it?
The look on Bob's face when you ran out of that chair was priceless.
Yeah.
Listen,
oh, God, I'm going to have to host now.
Felt like Jody Hamilton, didn't it?
Well, there goes
Rather
the
than
next 2.5
cutting
hours.
short the Bob Cesca segment for gastrointestinal, I got it out of the way first, Bob. Wasn't that nice? Okay.
That's so sweet of you. That's so sweet.
All right.
Are you,
I don't.
Are you going to like
feel
get up
privileged.
again?
No, I'm fine.
Okay.
Bob.
Hi.
I just.
Hi, yes.
Doesn't it? Aren't you getting that creepy, like the hair standing on the back of your neck when that's what we're? They don't want to teach history. They don't want to teach our actual history. It does feel very fatherlandy, doesn't it?
Right. Yeah. I think this was something, in fact, this has little to do with woke history about stealing land. This is something that I learned in second grade. I thought this was kind of obvious, going back to the 70s at least, that this was something that the Europeans did when they landed here. They murdered and committed genocide against the indigenous people in North America, and that's how we created this great land of ours, the United States of America. Yeah. I thought that was always the thing. I didn't realize that that's something new, something new that's been invented by woke culture. Yeah.
But you said the same things we were saying about that debate that, you retweeted Midas Touch said, wow, Charlie Crist just made DeSantis look incredibly weak with a very simple question. And you said, wow, DeSantis froze like Cindy Brady on that quiz show. Baton Rouge.
Yeah.
But yeah, he just went with the pre-canned line, right? Instead of, obviously the answer is no, I'm not going to serve a full term if I'm reelected.
Of course, yes. But his reaction was, I reminded me of Dan Quayle in 1988 when Lloyd Benson went, I knew Jack Kennedy. Jack Kennedy was a friend of mine. You know Jack Kennedy. And then just, Dan Quayle staring blankly into the camera and Marsha Brady off to the side going, Baton Rouge, Baton Rouge. That was, and it happened again with Ron DeSantis. I'm telling you, Ron DeSantis is not ready for the presidential stage.
Yeah.
I think
You've been
a lot of people
that.
are starting to.
Yeah,
because, if you watch him up close and you see him operating in Florida, and then you superimpose that into the debate stage of whatever it is going to be, 182 different candidates running for the primary next year, he's just going to fall apart. He's got a thin voice. He looks like a meatball. He doesn't have the charisma. People are looking for a replacement for Donald Trump. He doesn't have the Trump charisma. And say what you will about the awfulness, the vileness, the racism, and all the rest of it of Donald Trump. Donald Trump has charisma. He wouldn't have been able to build up this movement without it.
You're right.
I'm not even sure even how to define it. It's just the Zazazoo that you recognize when you see it. And Ron DeSantis doesn't have it.
Yeah.
And people are going to recognize that as soon as he steps onto the national stage. Yeah. Don't count on Ron DeSantis.
I don't know why.
For
I just had a flashback to USC theater and David, my flaming homo friend.
Your what?
He was commenting on my my college boyfriend who was a USC football player. And he said, oh, honey, I know he has animal magnetism, but so does dead meat. Okay, that was just reminding me of Donald Trump. I'm like, is that what you call?
So your best friend at USC was Paul Lind?
Yes, my best friend was Paul Lind.
Okay.
That's how long ago I was in theater school.
Okay, got it.
How old are you?
Sammy. Also, you retweeted saying just truth that Chris said I'm pro-business. I want to make sure we keep our businesses open. I'm not a governor who attacked Walt Disney World. I'm not the governor who attacked the cruise industry. That's you. You're the most anti-business governor I've ever seen. I like that. I like taking those Republican issues. It's like Dr. Oz. I thought that was the biggest headline of the debate last night. That a woman's right to choose should be between her doctor, and local politicians. That's small government.
Yeah.
I mean...
Right. Yeah. So if you get pregnant in Pennsylvania, what you really want to do is go down and consult. Say you're 13 years old and you've been raped by your father. Make sure to run down and consult with your local city council. Yeah. I'm sure they'll be really, really helpful in this crisis.
Yeah.
No, that's wrong. And you know what? Let me say something about last night's debate. John Fetterman will recover from his stroke.
Yes. Dr. Oz will always be an a-hole.
He'll always be this poser D-bag political tourist that he's always been with zero experience in politics. So that you don't recover from that.
Yeah.
John Fetterman will recover. He'll be fine. He'll be able to do the job, as most people who have strokes these days are able to do. So I don't think last night should necessarily be the determining factor as far as how people cast their ballot.
Is that is it a Winston Churchill line that the woman that said he was drunk and he's like, yes, ma'am, but tomorrow I shall be sober and you will still be ugly.
That's exactly right. And again,
that was
no
my
more
Winston
political.
Churchill. Yeah.
That was awful.
Or maybe it was Abraham Lincoln. I don't remember.
Yeah,
anyway, Bob.
Yes, Mark Twain. I mean, just start throwing out names.
Yeah.
I'm naming names. Again, Dr. Oz is one of these political tourists who thinks it's going to be fun to jump on this gravy train that's become politics now in the United States. And that's exclusively what he's into. He's still a carpetbagger. He's still from New Jersey. He's still this slime bag, and he's never going to change. He's always going to be the Dr. Oz that you see there.
Yep.
And that's what I think Pennsylvania voters need to keep in mind.
You tweeted, we just had Michael Cohen on last week. You said, I think Michael Cohen, Hal Sparks, and I are the only humans predicting Trump won't run, mainly because of money, both the money he's raising from suckers and the money he needs for his myriad legal defenses, which total at least 20. He's nuts, but he can count to 150 million. Do you stand by that this morning, sir?
Yes, I do. I still believe he's not going to run. I think it would be financial suicide for him first and foremost. And I think Michael Cohen's exactly right as far as Donald Trump not wanting to lose again. I think there's a very distinct possibility that he will. And a few of the names that he might lose to, not Ron DeSantis. I stand by that one too.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I was just going to say, is this the shock poll you're talking about? Biden beats Trump by 4 points in a new poll, but Kamala Harris crushes him by 15 points. I wonder if that bothered him at all.
I didn't see that. I haven't seen that poll. Kamala Harris beats Ron DeSantis by 15 points. Or Donald Trump, is it?
Yeah.
Or DeSantis?
Trump. Yeah, Trump. I mean,
my God.
This is what I hate about all the naysaying, where, people don't like Kamala Harris and she can win, and, if Biden doesn't run, it's like, the whole getting, just be an alpha liberal. Man up out there, for God's sake.
Yeah, exactly.